Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Big Money Show, brought to you by the team of Big Financial Services. I'm your host, Kristen Oakley, and joining me in the studio is the president, Glenn Cummings. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about so many topics that we know are on the top of most folks' minds. But to kick it off, we're going to be talking about Social Security. And if you've ever asked yourself the question of when is the best time for you to start taking your benefits, don't change that channel. That's what we're going to kick it off with today. So Glenn, my friend, are you ready?
Let's go, Kristen. So excited to talk about Social Security because that is one of the most important things that you need to review before you elect to turn it on for your retirement.
Well, because you get one shot to get it right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? I mean, there's one do-over. You have 12 months, you could revert. But what a hassle, right?
Yeah.
But for most folks, it's let's get it right the first time, let's do it.
Yeah. It's something where we, over a period of time, have so many folks that want a Social Security analysis. That's something we can complete. It's a part of the complimentary financial plan that we build for you, right? So if you've taken Social Security or you're going to be taking Social Security, that's a very important factor in your retirement, right? And the other thing that's very important as well is if you're married, right, you may want to delay that spouse's benefit, right? Because if that's a larger benefit and the other spouse were to pass away, you get the larger benefit. A lot of people have no idea. Right?
Yep.
And in a lot of cases as well, I've sat down with folks and figured out, hey, but if we elect to take our Social Security earlier, right, we don't have to pull as much money from our investments, right? That can really help impact our long-term goals with our money growing over time. So there's so many things that factor into retirement planning, and that's what we specialize in. We're not just gonna, look at accumulation planning like everyone else. Grow your money, grow your money. We're beating a standard benchmark, hang in there. This is what you're hearing all the time, right? These folks are not focusing on the entire picture, and Social Security is a very important part of that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and the timing of it, for folks to understand, let's just do a quick high-level analysis breakdown about the different ages and what that could mean for when they claim their benefit.
Well, if you wait till you're 100, that's not a good time to take it, okay? Because you've missed out on a lot of income you could have received, right? But different ages, you guys generally will receive, and you can go right on to the government's website, and you can get an awards letter, and it kind of gives you an outlook of, hey, if I turn on my Social Security at this age, or full retirement, right, 67 and a half, or 70 years old, whenever I turn it on, here's what it is going to be. So it's really a simple mathematical calculation, right? Because in some cases, if I wait till I'm 70, I'm not taking income for 3 years, and then I got to calculate how much income I didn't take and how long will it take at the higher amount to recoup what I didn't take.
Right. Yep.
Right? So I'm the guy that likes to turn on Social Security, not always a little bit sooner, but a little bit sooner because I want to dip into the pocketbook of the Social Security that I've paid all this money into. And if I pass away early, then I may not be able to get into that.
Right.
I want to start getting that income. I want to start enjoying it, right? But also it depends on someone's health, too. If someone has some negative health issues and they're not healthy, they may want to turn it on sooner.
Right.
If someone's in good health, they have substantial assets, they're working an extra few years, maybe let's turn it on at 70. Let's turn it on at the highest amount that we could receive. So all of those things are very, very important. But one thing that I love about Social Security, as well as most of my clients, is once you turn it on, it hits your bank account every single month the rest of your life. That's powerful.
Mailbox money, right?
Mailbox money.
You know this from your singing days, right?
Yes, yes. I might as well yodel for everybody out there, okay? I yodel to the goats up on the mountainside. I don't know. I'm not going to do that today. But no, it's mailbox money, and it's coming in every single month. But that mailbox money is very, very important. And having a plan that's built around that guaranteed income that you're going to get, right? And then you figure out your other investments, how I can take less from my other investments if I turn it on a little bit sooner, that allows that money to grow so much more in the future. So in those latter years, it's called longevity risk. None of us know how long we're going to live.
Right.
My grandmother was 97 years old when she passed. She danced on toe until she was 84.
That's amazing.
Ballet. I've got a picture. I should have brought the picture with me.
We have to show that at some point.
Oh
I want to see it.
On toe, right? We don't know. My aunt, I mentioned in previous shows, 104 years old. So that's longevity risk. How long are we going to live? None of us know when we're going to be taken home, right? So that Social Security coming in every single month is a guaranteed check, as long as it's still there, right? It's going to keep coming in. But I can't depend on everything on Social Security.
Right.
And that's the other problem I see in a lot of cases. People are thinking, hey, man, Social Security is going to take care of me. It doesn't always do that.
No,
right?
well, it was meant to be a supplement and to be a safety net. It was never meant to be anyone's sole source of retirement income.
Yes.
And it used to be, and we'll talk about more of this as we go on today's show, that folks had Social Security and they had a pension. And between those two, they were going to be okay. Well, now pensions for a lot of folks are a thing of the past.
Yes.
Some people still have them. But again, Social Security, it's such a crucial piece because to Glenn's point, this is mailbox money. This is going to be a guaranteed income stream coming in. You want to optimize it for yourself. And that's the difference, right? As we were talking, it's not necessarily about maximizing it. That could be the right course of action, meaning waiting and delaying until age 70 to take it. But the question really is, when is the optimal time for you? And there are so many personal factors that far outweigh the math. This is why there's no substitute for coming in and sitting down in your office to run those numbers. And you mentioned the government's website. So if you're not aware, that's ssa.gov. So if you go to ssa.gov, you can set up that free account and run and see those different ages and what those amounts would look like for you. But you're able to run an optimization report as part of your complimentary written financial plan. So explain a little bit more what they're going to receive when they come in to meet with you.
Well, generally what we helped people do is we help them go online if they don't have those forms that show them the amounts and when they can take it. And those are pretty much estimates, right? But they're pretty close estimates. And we're going to take those reports and we're going to input those into our software. And we're going to say, hey, if we turn it on here, what is the overall outlook of income? If we turn it on here, what's the benefit? If a spouse passes away at this point, what are the benefits? Where's our gap in income? Because that's the thing a lot of people don't focus on. Also, is when you're eligible for Medicare. That's really big at 65 years old. So a lot of folks want to wait at least till 65, right? A lot of people work till 65 because a lot of people still have health insurance through their work. Right? I have people sometimes will say, hey, man, I'm 64 years old. I think I want to retire now. And I'll say, well, do you think you ought to work one more year, maybe? And they start to laugh. I don't want to work any longer. I'm like, well, if you work one more year and now you go on Medicare, once you get off of your employer's plan, right? You can go on COBRA or you can go on some of these other individual health policies, but the premiums can be huge. Right? So let's look at that gap. Let's look at that period. Let's make sure that we get that Social Security, make sure we get it at the right time, optimize it for our families. And that's something we specialize in.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm excited for more folks to connect with you to figure out the optimal time for them. And again, this is just one piece of that complimentary written financial plan that you're going to receive, that Social Security optimization report. So if you would like help figuring out this important decision for yourself, we encourage you to reach out today and schedule your time to come in and receive your very own complimentary written financial plan. You can do so by calling 888-503-7408. Or if you'd rather connect online, simply grab your smartphone, just scan that QR code that you see there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and that will get you connected as well. Stay with us when we come back. What if you do have a pension in today's economic climate? What decisions do you need to be making regarding your pension? And then if you don't have one, how can you create a personal pension for yourself? We'll tackle that when we come back.
Do you currently own an annuity? Are you aware of what type of annuity you own? For years, annuities have been a cornerstone of retirement planning, but they're not all created equal, and unfortunately, your current annuity may not be serving your retirement goals as planned. The good news is that rising interest rates could mean better guarantees in some cases, as well as better benefits for you. In short, more income, possibly in the future. Is your annuity up to date with the new market conditions? You see, I like to look at annuities similar to like a CD in a bank. The last 10, 15 years, you were lucky to get 1% on a CD, but today if you go into a bank, they're much, much higher, which means that you may be able to get better interest rates on your annuities with better benefits, better rates, better guarantees, better income for your family. So please sit down with us, schedule a time to see if your old annuity measures up to the new annuities that are available. Call now for your complimentary annuity review. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to the Big Money Show. I'm Kristen Oakley here with the president of Big Financial Services, Glenn Cummings, and we are so glad that you're hanging out with us today. If you're just tuning in, we just spent a lot of time talking about the importance of optimizing your Social Security benefit, figuring out the right time for you. We need to talk now about pensions, and we know that some of you out there, this does not apply, but we'll get to you in just a second. We're going to be sharing with you today how you can also create a private pension, a personal pension for yourself. But for those of you that do have pensions, there's some serious decisions that come with figuring out how you are going to receive that income throughout the rest of your life. And Glenn, I know you work with a lot of folks in this area that have pensions through the state, for example, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So in a lot of cases, if you have the opportunity to have a pension, you're generally going to receive paperwork right before you retire. And they're going to say, pension option 1, single life, which means if I'm married, I elect to take that pension, I'm only the one getting the check. Right? Then there's joint life options, which will be a little bit less, which means if I pass away, my spouse will receive that income the rest of her life. So, but what a lot of people don't realize is that when you elect those pension options, you're giving up the cash up front. So if I elect, say, a joint life pension and my spouse and I unfortunately pass away early, all of that money that has gone into that pension is now gone. Right? So I haven't lived long enough to recoup whatever I put into that pension plus.
Right.
So a lot of times there's something called a lump sum or a rollover option. And if you roll over those funds, you may have additional options to receive income for you and your spouse. But if you pass away early, there's still money to go to your beneficiaries. Also, another major problem that folks don't realize is that when they turn on some of those pensions, and they do it early, we'll say, rather than delaying it, and those pensions are pre-taxed pensions or 401k type of options, and they turn on those pensions, it could push them into newer tax brackets that can tax their Social Security. Right?
Yep.
So it's like, wait a minute, I've taken income from these things, and now my Social Security that I expected to receive is going to be taxed. Right? So that's where we talk about, our tax calculator, because that's something we talk about every single show, because I hate taxes. I hate it. It destroys families, especially in retirement when you've got to pay all this money to the government, right? But if you do some Roth conversions early years, and I'm taking income from a Roth, and that Roth is tax-free, or I create a pension out of a Roth, that Roth is paying me tax-free income, and it doesn't affect my Social Security, and I don't get taxed on it in some cases, right? So all of this planning that we do is so instrumental that if you do the wrong thing, if you don't do things at the right time, and you don't have someone that can help advise you, someone that's licensed and insured, someone that can help advise you, someone that's an investment advisor representative, that's going to be working in your best interest, right? If you don't have that, you could be making some pretty significant negative moves down the road. And I can't tell you how many folks I sit down with that say, Glenn, oh my, and I said, well, you picked your Social Security at the wrong time. You shouldn't have done this pension the way you did it, because now you're in a new tax bracket, and now you're Medicare, and all this is being taxed, your Social Security is being taxed. Glenn, I wish I could have met with you a year ago before I did all this. Don't be that person. Give us a call. Come in, hang out. Who you're seeing sitting right here is who you're going to see in the office. The only difference is I don't wear the tie in the office, okay? I wear this for the TV show, for you primarily, because I'm trying to look as good as you look, Kristen, okay? It doesn't ever work, okay? But the point is that come in the office, hang out, let's have a cup of coffee, let's look over everything, and if I can't fix the problems in the past, I'm gonna fix the problems moving forward for you.
Yes, yep.
And you're gonna live a great retirement. Another thing that is very, very powerful, we're in the Tampa area. You know, I've had a lot of folks thinking that our show's nationwide. You know, we focus for you, the Tampa Bay community. We're right here in Tampa. You can meet with me personally. Come into the office. We have a fantastic team. Don't be afraid. Give us a call. Sit down with us. Let's review what you have. Let's make sure that everything is handled and taken care of. Because when you have a plan that's established, you are going to live a great retirement. And one thing I really, really love is how many great clients post Google reviews for us. They're all fantastic. You know, look at Big Financial Services in your Tampa area. Look at all the Google reviews. You know, those are happy people. Name one of you out there that has ever posted a 5-star Google review for your financial planner. Right? I ask that in all of our workshops. We have really great dinner workshops in a lot of cases that folks can come to. You go to our website, you can learn more and come to an actual workshop, have dinner on us, right? And learn more about these things right on our website. You can come to dinner and you're going to learn that there's so many great benefits that you're never going to learn, never going to experience. No one's ever showing a lot of the things that we show.
Right.
And I see there's so many conflicts of interest out there, right? With these larger, publicly traded financial services companies, we all know them out there. Those advisors generally aren't operating in a capacity that's going to benefit the client as much because they still work for that larger broker dealer. We're truly independent, right? So we don't work for a certain company. We're going to work for you.
Yes.
Got
It's
it?
a big distinction.
That's a big distinction.
Yep.
And come in, let's have an analysis done on your Social Security. Let's look at all your taxes that you could have. Make sure that you're not going to lose a lot of that Social Security to taxes because you make too much money. Let's get out of those accounts. Let's share with you how you can do it.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned your website for events. Just remind folks what that website is in case they're newer to you.
Okay, it is bigfinancialsvc.com, or just type in Big Financial in Tampa and you're going to find us. We're right there.
There you
can't
go.
miss us.
Can't miss you.
Or
All right.
call the office,
Yes.
speak to Dee, speak to Lauren and say, I want your website, you know, and they'll email everything to you. Also, all of our shows that we're doing here that talk about different topics all the time are also on a YouTube channel. So, you know, a lot of folks say, Glenn, I love your show, but, you know, right in the middle of a football game, we kind of miss the last little bit of it. Sometimes that happens,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
But if you want to look back and you want to see different episodes, we have episodes on taxes. We have episodes on long-term care. We have episodes on markets. We have episodes on everything. Our goal is to educate you to be successful. Not only now, remember now, we talk about retirement, right? A lot of people think that's so far away. It's not. We've helped people retire early. We've helped people really enjoy their lives because they don't even know they can retire because they've never had someone that's built out a plan that's going to make sure they're successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm excited for more folks to connect with you as a result of today's conversation. So, Glenn, thank you. And if that's you, if you would like to set up your time to come in and receive your complimentary written financial plan, we encourage you to reach out by calling 888-503-7408. Or again, if you'd rather connect online, simply scan that QR code and that will get you connected as well. As promised, when we come back, what if you don't have a pension through the state or through your company? How can you create a personal pension for yourself? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Annuities spark a lot of debate out there. Some people swear by them, others actually steer clear of them. I'm Glenn Cummings with Big Financial Services, and here's the real story. The right annuity used the right way can solve very specific retirement challenges. Guaranteed income, market protection, even legacy planning, but too often people end up with annuities that don't match their needs. They could have high fees, outdated features, or simply something they didn't fully understand when they got that annuity. That's where a second opinion can make all the difference. If you've had your annuity for years or you're not sure how it really works, let's talk. Our complimentary annuity review can help you understand what you own, how it fits into your plan, and whether something better is available today. Scan the QR code to schedule your free review. Let's make sure your annuity is working for you, not against you.
Well, welcome back to the Big Money Show. I'm Kristen Oakley here with Glenn Cummings, and today we've been covering a lot of important ground regarding the timing of your Social Security benefit, how you can make sure that you are engaging in pension optimization and maximization for those of you that are blessed to have a pension in today's day and age. But what about for the majority of Americans who don't have a pension? Did you know that there's a way for you to create a personal pension for yourself? Glenn, I'm so excited for you to tell folks how they can do just that.
Yeah, a pension is simply a check that gets direct deposited to your account for the rest of your life. That's what it is.
Every month.
Every single month, it hits your bank account. And when I have folks that come into the office and they have Social Security and they have a pension, and it's a nice chunk of money every month that's coming in, those people are so much less stressed than the people that have money in the stock market that are taking distributions and they're panicked all the time that they're going to possibly run out of what? Money.
Yep.
Right? Because many people have been through 2000. They've been through 2008.
Yep.
They've been through March of 2020. Boy, that was a good, fun time. We'd be wearing a mask right now if we were still dealing with that, right? Fear and stress and anxiety in retirement is something we try to eliminate.
For sure.
Okay?
Yep.
Because we want you to enjoy your retirement. We want to give you peace, right? So how do I create a pension? Well, very simply, a pension is called an annuity, right? Is that a bad thing? No. But are there some bad annuities out there? Yes. The problem that we see, which I believe is a conflict of interest, is in a lot of cases, I'm an investment advisor representative. I'm also a licensed life and health insurance agent, where I'm able to offer annuities, but as an investment advisor representative, I'm really supposed to do what's in the client's best interest.
Yes.
Got it? So whenever I go to look for an annuity for a client, if a client needs that income and they want to make that as a part of their plan, right? I'm required to try to shop all of the major companies, all the big life insurance companies, to try to find the best. And I'm required to share at least 2 to 3 of those plans, right? The best, not the ones that pay me the most, got it? That aren't the best for the client. So what I see in a lot of cases, most annuities that have been purchased are by life insurance only agents that are operating in a suitability standard. Suitability standards aren't as strict as others. So what I want to try to do is I want to get a second opinion on my annuity. Many of you that have annuities, you may be frustrated. They may be a variable annuity that has market risk. They may not provide a large enough income or pension income, right? There are plenty of companies out there that if they pay me less to sell it to the client, can generate a better income stream for you. Got it? So bring your contracts in with you. Let's review them. Let's see if there's something better. We actually had a client the other day that we had met, and she said, well, I got this annuity I purchased a couple years ago, and I said, okay, fantastic. Well, did you bring it in with you? No, I didn't bring it in. I said, well, why don't you just send me the statement? And she goes, well, I really like it. It's paying me $3,000 a month. I said, that's great. I said, just send me the statement. Let's review and see if there may be something better. Her thing, well, I have a penalty if I leave that plan. I don't want to pay a penalty, blah, blah, blah. I said, just send it in. She sends in the statement. I send it off to our team. We shop all of the major companies on your best interest, right? We came back. And one of the companies came back providing her a $3,800 per month income.
Wow.
$800 a month raise just by changing from one company to the next.
Wow.
Those opportunities are available right now. So sit down with us. Let us share with you what those opportunities are. We want to help improve your retirement. And boy, you want to talk about a really happy lady, okay? Happiest you've ever seen. Oh, and by the way, she did it as a joint income. So if something happened to her, her husband would receive that same $3,800 a month the rest of his life. Oh, and by the way, that plan also had a unique feature to it. that if either one of them got sick in the future, that $3,800 a month would double.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Almost $8,000 a month to help them with in-home care for up to 5 years. So that plan is something she was not even aware of. If you're not aware of that plan, give us a call. Let us share with you what's available. Take it home. We're going to give you everything up front. Let you review it. You make the decision, not us. It's your money, not ours. But it's our obligation to share with you what we believe is the best.
For sure. Well, one other thing I think it's important to highlight, because we were talking about this before today's show, we've had conversations in the past where we've called it refinancing your retirement,
Yes.
right? Because given where interest rates are right now, it could behoove someone, if you have an existing annuity contract, to see what potentially you could do to put yourself in an even better financial situation before interest rates come down any lower. And we know they've come down a little bit, you were saying there's still great opportunity for folks to look into this, right?
Great opportunities. And the insurance companies are competing for your business, right? And sit down with us. Let's look, let's review and see what's available. But with higher interest rates now than what they were for many, many years, a lot of these life insurance companies are making more money. They're paying more money. So take advantage of that. And of course, always look at the claims paying ability of the company. Check out its ratings, right? You want to make sure they're a big, safe company that's going to be around a long time, because that's going to be covering your income and long-term care needs if you need it. Oh, and by the way, a lot of these plans, they're called a rider. So when I turn on the income, if I pass away early, that money then goes to my beneficiaries, where a standard pension doesn't provide that.
Yeah. So again, important to know about all the different opportunities that exist. And I
Yes.
love that you're able to really, because you're independent, you're not beholden to any one insurance company. You don't have to do just because the company's telling you, Big Financial Services isn't telling you anything. You know who you're working for is you, the client. It's your hard-earned money. You get to decide. Your job is to present all the possibilities, all the options, but they get to decide, right?
Absolutely. And thanks again, once again, Kristen. I
Oh,
mean,
my
you do
pleasure.
such a great job. And
Thank you.
it's amazing how many folks call in and want to meet with her. Okay. She's my host. Okay.
Yes.
She's the rock star
Trust
here.
me,
Okay.
you don't
I'm
wanna
just the
meet
guy
with
that
me.
builds all the plans and helps you grow your money. But she's the host. She's the rock star. I'm just the guy behind the scenes working up numbers.
No, but you're definitely who they want to meet with. So
Thank you,
Glenn,
Kristen.
thank you. I appreciate it.
You so
And
much.
thank you for watching. Again, that number to call to schedule your time today is 888-503-7408. We love you, Tampa Bay. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here on The Big Money Show.